Welcome back to Healthy Don't Hurt. My name is E-Man, back with another fire video on a Wednesday because you know I got that dog in me. Alrighty, guys. So today's video is about this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and there's a lawsuit that came from it. This has just been released from Yahoo News. Let's take a look and get into it. So it states Netflix got sued over its glitchy Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. Kentucky had these thoughts. A Florida man is suing Netflix over streaming issues during the fight between boxing legend Mike Tyson and former YouTube star Jake Paul. The lawsuit obtained Wednesday by USA Today accuses Netflix of deception and alleges of a breach of contract, saying users faced an unwatchable live stream on November 15th. Netflix did not immediately return USA Today's request for comment. The Netflix has the baddest streaming service on the planet. 60 million Americans were hyped to see Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, versus YouTuber turned prized fighter. Hey, I might box Jake Paul next. I'm sorry. All right. But yeah, so sorry guys. The baddest man on the planet versus YouTuber turned prize fighter Jake Paul. What they saw was the baddest streaming on the planet, according to the class action lawsuit filed under the name Ronald Blue Dention in Hillsborough County, Florida. If Denton is upset, he's far from alone. Buffering issues plagued the watching experiences for some viewers as an audience of millions turned in to watch a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, who's a senior citizen practically. The man qualifies for an AARP discount, a senior discount at your local diner. Anyway, for some viewers, as an audience of millions tuned in to watch a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion of the world, take on a much younger Jake Paul at age 27. Kentucky residents reacted to streaming issues on Netflix during Tyson-Paul fight. Kentucky residents sounded off on social media about the fight, some complaining of glitchy experiences while others praised Tyson for lasting 8 rounds before ultimately losing to Jake Paul. Some residents pointed out to cheeky moment involving Tyson's wardrobe or lack thereof. Here's what Kentuckians said. So they're talking about the portion of the interview before the fight started, where he kisses the guy on the cheek, and then he keeps talking to him during the interview, and then he walks away, and you can see his butt cheeks. I think they're talking about that. That was hilarious. I don't know if that was planned. I don't know if his agent was like, yeah, warm up in some assless chaps. I'm not sure who was up to that, but you're a genius because everybody was talking about that. I damn near fell off my couch when I seen that. It was so funny. Let's see what the people on social media had to say. Kelsey Coots says, have had boxing on for 4 hours for Netflix to totally go out right before Tyson was going out for the ring. Ooh, yeah, I'd be mad too. The Kentucky Optimist says Netflix is totally botching the live experience. And it looks like someone else says Netflix doesn't have the infrastructure to support this Mike Tyson fight. Thanks, Netflix. And then you can see like how it is pretty pixelated on the left, and I guess he shared a second picture of it totally going out. I'm in Pittsburgh, and I had a similar experience of a lot of buffering. This is the first time they've held a sport on this magnitude, so we got to give them some credit. Netflix is not a major cable network, but we'll see what else the people had to say from Kentucky on Twitter, it looks like, or the now known as X. Looks like someone else said, Mike may have lost, but I'm still a Mike Tyson fan. Congratulations to Mike for being 58 years old and staying in the fight and going the whole 8 rounds. Rax Crosby says, Netflix, what was that? The clearest thing I've seen all broadcast, and it was Mike Tyson's ass. Yeah, that's funny. All right, back to the article. Florida lawsuit alleges hundreds of thousands of complaints. The Florida lawsuit has alleged more than 100,000 people complaining of problems online. Quote, boxing fans, along with the average Americans wanting to see a legend in what would most likely be his last fight, were faced with legendary problems, including no access, streaming glitches, and buffering issues, end quote, the lawsuit said. Tens of millions tuned into this fight. According to figures from Netflix, the main event between Tyson and Paul drew in more than 108 million. I be telling y'all how powerful technology is, streaming services, and even YouTube, because us being able to watch a fight on our phones and on our mobile devices, it changes the game and it really extends your reach. But back to the article. Um, the broadcast reached 65 million concurrency households in the United States, making up of 56% of all viewership in the country. That is insane. Although it has been touted as an astronomical success by the streaming giant, the lawsuit still alleges otherwise. And yeah, so it looks like that's pretty much about the end of the fight here. It looks like, yeah, man, it is what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. We can't beat Netflix up too much over this. No pun intended, since we're talking about a boxing match. But we can't beat them up too much. This was an honest test run, I believe. It could have been a lot better, but no other streaming service has done this, possibly besides Comcast, and they're just not that integrated as far as infrastructure goes. Like Netflix is still very much new. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think the fight was pretty good. My favorite fight was the fight before the final fight with Serrano, and I think her last name was Taylor. It was a Colombian chick versus a husky Irish chick, and the Irish chick beat the other one. She beat the Colombian woman. She beat Serrano. And she kind of cheated because she headbutted her, but it is what it is. It's fighting, it's boxing. Combat sports, physical sports are going to be a little bit dirty. There's no way getting around that. But Netflix, you can't really get all bent out of shape because it's not like you pay for it, right? So I think Netflix is gonna have to start having a separate category or some type of pay-per-view feature on their platform, for fights specifically. That way they can include that way they can like prioritize the stream. You know what I'm saying? They can prioritize this stream, make sure that it's running smoothly. They can add additional servers or whatever it is that they're lacking, and get that fixed so this doesn't happen in other fights. And who knows? Maybe we'll be able to have UFC fights in the future. Me personally, I think that like live sporting events, combat, non-combat, they should totally be streamed on Netflix, on all services. It shouldn't be like this gatekeeping. You should be able to pay like one fee and just be able to see a live sport. But that's my personal opinion. I would love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for the support recently as well. I'm really at a loss of words at how many people subscribed, how many people liked and viewed, and I do it all for you guys, man. And of course, I do get a little bit on the back end, but you guys keep pushing me, you guys keep motivating for me to make more content. So I'm gonna keep it cooking. You feel me? I'm gonna keep it cooking. If you guys have got any content suggestions, let me know. I want to know what your thoughts are on Netflix. I want to know what your thoughts are on Mike Tyson. If he should keep fighting. Who do you think Jake Paul is going to fight next? Do you think Jake Paul should keep fighting these bums? Should he keep fighting senior citizens and retired athletes? I'm sorry. Like, he's just beating up like all our legends. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, somebody's got to stop this dude. But this is where boxing is headed, unfortunately, or at least men's boxing. The women are fine, as you can see. Even when they come to the entertainment side of boxing, that's what I call this because, it's a pro fight, but it's not like a pro fight. But even when the pro fights in the women's division, when they come to the entertainment side, they still show that, like, females, they still perform quite well. Like, this ain't like the NBA. The female boxers get it on more than the men do. And it's sad, man, because Tyson and Jake Paul, they were definitely ducking each other a little bit. There were a couple moments where Jake could have gotten knocked out in the first and second round, and Mike Tyson definitely ran out of gas round 3 through 8. And Jake Paul was not, he wasn't abusing his, his gas tank. Like, Mike Tyson's feet weren't even picking up off the ground, and like he was barely able to slide and rotate his feet and his shoulders and everything. And Jake Paul just kind of just was becoming real passive, real playful. Like, he probably could have flatlined Mike Tyson, but I guess there was a contract which has been causing a lot of controversy. There's a contract for both Jake and Mike Tyson. If they go to distance, they both get paid. So, once you understand all the special rules and the bigger gloves, like, look how big that glove is next to Mike Tyson's face. If you look at Mike Tyson's old fights, his gloves are like super super tiny, like super super tiny compared to this. And these gloves are huge. I'm not sure how many ounces these gloves were. I forget, but you know, it could have been a lot more physical, a lot more punishing of a fight. And I feel like they treated this like playtime. You guys get what I'm getting at. But yeah, holla at your boy, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. I might jump in on this lawsuit. Y'all might catch me in a suit downtown at the courthouse. You might see me on Channel 4 Action News in your local city playing the victim. I'm playing the race card too. I don't care. I'm gonna be like, it's because I'm black. You guys messed up my stream because I'm black. This is discrimination. Oh, I'm traumatized. I have PTSD. Where's Black Lives Matter? Somebody call CNN. I'm gonna be throwing every card under the book to get this paycheck. Like, y'all don't know. I'm joking. I'm really not. Unless someone's willing to represent me. Message me on Instagram if you're trying to represent me for pro bono. Let me know. You try to represent me for the free. We can get this bag. We can get this money on. I'm an idiot. But hey, man, take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace. Oh, Jesus.